they don't have an offensive line.
Jesse the Body and Squirrel live.
Welcome in, guys. This is Squirreling Around from the man and Jesse the Body with the yellow glasses. As you can see, I told him to keep them on so we don't see his face. I tell you what, it's going to be better. Our content's going to get a lot better. Watch and see. Tell you what, I was listening to 97.3, the game up here. If anybody knows, I'm in the Kenosha area. That is Packer Nation Radio. They don't talk about nothing else. The host yesterday morning, when I called you and I said, hey, I got something, I want to ask you this question. I didn't tell you. And now I'm going to ask you so you can get your perfect, clear reaction. The host of the morning show on 97.3, a big Green Bay fan, says Jordan Love is at worst Tyrod Taylor and at best Ryan Tannehill. Elaborate.
There's that hate again that I'm talking about, buddy. It's none.
This guy's a host, and he was dogging him like that. Like,
well, the thing is everybody. I mean, Packers. Everybody has been dogging him. It's been sad to see, sad to hear. Listen, if you go with his completion percentage, I get it. It's like 56%. I get it. 16% off target passes. I get it. But a lot of that is not his fault in a sense, because there should be no reason the Packers are relying on Jordan Love to go win them football games. And that's where I give the man a break. You can't – they were supposed to have the best 1-2 punch in the league at running back, at least top 3 1-2 punch in the running back, one of the best offensive lines. Well, now you have no offensive line because all of them are hurt. David Bakhtiari is about to retire. Aaron Jones hasn't played. A.J. Dillon looks like a scrub all of a sudden, can't get but more than 1.7 yards per carry. It's not Jordan Love's fault, and I just gave you 3 reasons why it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Receivers running wrong routes, receivers dropping balls. You know, when these passes, if you watch and go back, look at what Aaron Rodgers would always get mad about. It wasn't that they didn't catch the ball. They ran the wrong route. The timing wasn't right. That is a timing offense. Jordan Love has learned from that. It's a rhythm thing. You see when these guys break out on a bench route, but it's meant to be a post route or a seam route, and they go on a bench route. You see it time in and time out, and that's why he's like, oh, well, where was he throwing the ball to? Well, that's why.
All right, so let me ask you more of this. Is he closer to being as bad at the low end of Tyrod Taylor, or
time out? I got you. I got where you're going.
Oh, yeah.
We need to stop. Listen to me. Stop thinking that these guys in their first year starting role are going to go be Mr. Magic Man. It's everybody. I mean, people dogging Bryce. You know, you can't expect that right away. Yeah. You have to let these guys develop. You can learn behind the best. But when you do and learn behind the best, the game reps still need to be there. And we need to stop putting this high pedestal on these guys in their first year of taking over a team, you know, or comparing them. Rodgers took over a 13-3 team, went 9-6. Okay? Aaron Rodgers did. Jordan Love is on pace to do better than that. He's put better numbers than Aaron Rodgers through this time. I'm not saying that he's Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying he's anything yet. Give the man a couple of games.
Yeah, I think we've said it plenty of times. 4 games is not enough to show a man, you know, hey, I'm good in the NFL or I'm not good in the NFL. It literally is 2 to 3 years, honestly, bro. Your whole first year, and like I said, and you said this before, I really think, I mean, yeah, he's not a rookie, but this is his, like, rookie endeavoring season. Like, his voyage. Yeah, his maiden voyage into the NFL. Like, just because you get a few snaps, you know, here and there from behind the starter, that doesn't mean you've played NFL football. You know, that means you've taken a few snaps from a team that didn't need you to do anything because we're winning. You know, there's no pressure on you now. He has every bit of the pressure on him right now to do what he needs to do because that's his football team. There's not, hey, you know, fourth quarter, Jordan, you want to throw a few? Well, no, Jordan, we need you to throw all 3-4 fucking quarters. That's what we need you to do. Oh.
And that's crazy to me. And we've said this, like, why are we making him try to throw the ball 50 times a game? We shouldn't have to do that. And that's a coaching thing. That's not having your pieces there. They're a very unhealthy team. Let me point something out to you real quick. I was looking this up. Arm strength shown through the first 4 games, Jordan Love is in the top 3, and he ain't 3. For arm strength, they call it arm strength accuracy. And for his arm strength accuracy, he's 3rd. Last week, he threw 64, almost 65%. That's getting a better number. Love, top 3 in quarterback rushing touchdowns and yards. You know, you got to take these things in. You see the leadership qualities there. The kid is doing what he can, man, with what he's got. And this week they win big.
And I think a lot of people are on that same thing with my boy Anthony Richardson. Of, you know, he's this, he's that, he's not leading the team here. But I'll tell you what, dude, that guy's got 4 rushing touchdowns in 4 games. Nobody's done that in the history of the NFL. Okay, and yeah. We don't have Jonathan Taylor. Watch out, Bubba. Watch out, because he's coming back this week. He's going to play some football. I'll tell you what, he's going to get hit in them pads. He's going to feel that football game again, and he's going to start playing. And I'll tell you what, watch this team turn around, man. We haven't really had a run game. Our defense has kind of been holding us together, for real. I mean, we were down 20. You've seen it, 23-0.
Zay Jones rushed for 122 yards last week, didn't he?
Was it
Zay Moss?
20, Zach Moss. 23-0 it was. 23-3. You were texting me like, yo, this game's over. You guys suck. And I'm like, you know what, dude?
Garbage.
Like, screw you, buddy. You know, we don't suck. We're just not doing it right now. And then bang, bang, bang. We're right back in this game. It's 21-23. And dude, I couldn't, or 23-23, I just couldn't believe in a little bit of time. If we'd have played all 4 of them quarters, man, it could have been 48-20 if we'd have just played. But you said the other week, like we've been saying, it's hard to get a team to play the first, second, third, and fourth quarter.
A young team. Especially a young
experienced team.
Yeah, it is. And that's what you see a lot of teams. And it's like we said, if these 2 teams that we're just talking about would put it together like they do in the later third and the fourth quarter for all 4 quarters, man. I mean, you're talking big time offenses here.
I mean, I think a lot of people could do what Miami did if they play football for all 4 quarters. You know, Miami had 8 turnovers that they scored on. They had, you know, a touchdown every drive. Yeah, it's because they're playing good football. I mean,
yeah, I think anybody can do that to Denver State up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what they look like. They look like Denver Community College.
Chicago put up 30 points on Denver. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
We got a banger on Thursday night with Chicago and the Redskins.
I'll say this about
Commanders.
I'll say this about this whole. It's like I think there's so much eyes on Jordan Love, and people are going to hate on somebody they never heard of. Not a lot of people heard of Patrick Mahomes because a lot of people don't get Texas Tech games.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people never heard about Aaron Rodgers. Even Jared Goff is the way he's playing because people don't get a lot of Cal games. You know, they don't watch this week in and week out. So we need to stop with putting these quarterbacks in a position their first year. It's just it's asinine to me. You don't ever see quarterbacks come out in their first year besides Brock Purdy, really, and just were like, wow. Like this guy.
That guy is a testament to what you can do if you just sit back and you look and you try and things aren't expected of you, bro.
Well, if you have the best offensive line in the league, 2 of the best wide receivers, the best all-purpose player in the league in the backfield. You listen.
But he's still making great throws, and he's 21-22. You know what I'm saying? He's still
There's-
that's hard to do.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of 50-50 balls, and his receivers are winning.
But yeah, Brandon Ayuk is winning a lot of those.
Yeah, and I mean, he's a man amongst boys out there, and you know, I've always been high on Love. The day he was picked, I tweeted, or not tweeted, put on Facebook, I love it. I like what he's done. His junior year, he was phenomenal. I think personally, and I'll take the glasses off and say this, that Jordan Love on that San Francisco team, they're a better team.
They're a better team than what they are now?
They're a better team at the quarterback position, yeah.
I think a lot of people had something to say about that because I mean I do like Brock Purdy. I think he's good. I
think the situation. Look at every quarterback who's played under Kyle Shanahan. They all look good. I
mean, Garoppolo did a little bit. Yeah, he looked all right.
Garoppolo don't go in, dude. Garoppolo was undefeated.
Yeah, he was undefeated for. But like I said, it's the system, and we've talked about this plenty of times, man. When you have a nice and easy system to play, that's why Kansas City's offense was amazing like they were. Just what they had Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. No, it was the system they were running, bro. It was Andy Reid's offense that was smooth and compact and everything was working well. Just because a lot of people I think see that they got this guy. That offense has got to be great. Whoa, no. Las Vegas has the best wide receiver in the league. They're not that great of a football team. Is he catching a lot? Yep, he is. Are they winning a ton? No, they're not. But and that comes to the same thing. Look at best. Okay, I guess you can't really say that best running back in the league, Christian McCaffrey. Look at Derrick Henry. Okay, he ain't doing nothing. Nothing. He had 1 20-point game last week, and that's because he threw a touchdown.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you gotta find that little system, the rhythm. And a lot of teams that are winning the Super Bowl have great systems, bro. Great systems behind it. Like just how they do it.
Great offense. I mean, great offensive lines. I don't sticking with like this mantra of quarterback and trying to get the next best quarterback and this and that. You know, look at the teams who build with offensive lines. Let's build an offensive line, you know, and protect somebody like Jared Goff. I mean, I think there's multiple quarterbacks in the league. If they had to play behind the Jets line or Panthers line or the Steelers line, like it's going to be a struggle. You know, it's going to be a struggle. And, you know, we need to stop going. Okay, yeah, Chicago, you go and get Caleb Williams. And then what are you going to do? You're going to go get Drake May too? Why don't you just ruin 2 people's fucking careers? Sorry about my language in a time span of 3 years instead of doing, you know, one person's.
Yeah.
And
so I got a family league. Obviously you're in it. I had a few questions. I was golfing this morning and we're gonna leave these for after the break, but I kind of want to tease them up for right now. We got a few minutes before
and then I got a question for you that we'll do in this one after you ask these.
But I have a few things people dropping. People asking me, should I drop this guy for that guy or this guy for that guy? These are 2 that I want to think about right before we go to break. Somebody in the family league asked, should I drop Dalvin Cook for Najee Harris? I don't think so. And Justin Fields for Trevor Lawrence. We'll talk about those after the break. What do you got right now, Jesse?
All right. Sticking on with the Chicago thing that we just said.
Yeah.
Does Atlanta try to go and get Justin Fields? And if so, if they do go,
you say Atlanta?
Atlanta with the hellacious play that Desmond Ridder is showing at this year. Like to me. Real quick, so then you can answer. To me, Atlanta looks like a team that is just a quarterback away. I mean, just a decent quarterback away. When you pressure the kid, he can't see it. I mean, do you think that trade could possibly happen? And if so, does it make Atlanta the front runner in the South NFC?
I don't think that Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Desmond Ridder. No, I don't think that. I mean, you got to look at some of the play. I mean, Justin Fields can't throw the football. He can't throw the football. Desmond Ritter has shown.
He did last week.
Yeah, well, he's playing against Denver's defense. My grandma can throw against Denver's defense. You got to think he's great on his feet, on his legs. You know why? Because he has to scramble. He's forced to scramble. He's forced to get out of the pocket and run around. That's why last few games last season he had 130 yards rushing because, well, no one's blocking. He needs to get out and save his life. So that's what he's doing. He's running around and saving himself for the next few years. Do I think that Justin Fields going to Atlanta changes the perspective over there? No, I just think that's pretty much going Matt Fitzpatrick for Matt Fitzpatrick. It is what it is. You know? It's not. It's like selling Peyton Manning and getting a Peyton Manning. Like, what are you gaining? What are you losing? Really, I don't think there's much to gain or lose with, say, Justin Fields coming over. I think that's.
I mean, you got to think. You got to think, though.
It's tough to think because a quarterback, like you said, can change the entire narrative of what's going on. But if the O-line and all them ain't working, it doesn't matter what quarterback.
And I mean, you're going to Chicago's 32nd ranked offensive line
to Atlanta
to a top 10 offensive line.
I mean, I think Desmond Ritter just needs to find his rhythm. Like you said, first year, bro. Give him a break. Let him get it together. He's got one of the best upcoming young running backs that are going to develop in this league. He's also got Tyler Algier. He's also got, I think, one of the guys who was supposed to revolutionize the tight end position, and Kyle Pitts, but he's not really showing what we thought it would be.
There's I mean, Drake London, he's what, a 6'6", 210 pound, 220 pound,
Patterson's still there.
Yeah, Cordell. And that's something where now you're gonna have to do something with Tyler Algier. I mean, he's a 1,200-yard rookie from last year. You know what I mean? You're eventually gonna have to do something with him. You're not gonna keep both of those guys on the depth chart because one's gonna want money here soon. Well, and who are you gonna pay?
Bijan's gonna get the money.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. You're not going to be able to pay Algier, and Algier is a bona fide one to me.
He's a stud.
You know,
yeah. And I mean, it just sucks that like teams like that, they went and got a running back, and it just takes that guy that you had and like, oh, this guy's.
Well, he's going to be. He'll be somewhere. Maybe not next year. We'll see, because that's a part of the trade that I would think where like we'll give you Ritter and Algier for Justin Fields type deal. No trade picks.
That's fine. I'm just saying, like, it kind of hinders people like Tyler Algier, who had a 1,200-yard rookie season. That you don't fucking see that every week. Excuse me again. You don't see that all the time, dude. Every year. And when you have something like that, I don't care what Bijan does this year, man.
We got that. All right.
I don't care what Bijan says or does, bro. They should never have drafted that man. They needed something else. You had the guy. That's what I was talking to a buddy today about drafting. Some of these teams are just draft retarded. Like, I think the best move this past draft, was when Philadelphia went and got those 3 extra guys from Georgia because they already had 2. I thought that was some of the most genius drafting I'd ever seen. And they reached to go get that guy because they knew the camaraderie. I got 5 guys that played on a national championship team. 3 years, this defense is going to be balling. And look at them now.
Yeah, they're already good. They're good. They're best friends.
It didn't even take a year. I mean, it took months.
Hey, they were Eiffel Tower and strippers already in college. They're good.
All like, hey, my boys coming? My boys are coming? Like, dude, we're going to win another national title in the NFL now. It's like,
yeah.
I didn't understand why anybody didn't try to break all that up. You know, when you've seen them go get Jalen Carter, and then they had 3 Georgia boys. And in the second round, they're like, yep, we don't need that. Nakobe Dean. I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
Yeah.
Third round, they went and got the last dude. I was like, somebody's got to stop this. I was like, this is incredible. I was literally sitting on my couch, like, I was texting you. I was like, bro, look at Philly. Look at what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're going to the Super Bowl again. Like, there's a reason why Houston, and Cleveland, and Arizona and all those teams are on the bottom because they draft like shit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I ain't happy about my Colts, man, but they ain't drafting too well the last few years either, brother. I mean, yeah, we hit gold with Jonathan Taylor at the 32nd pick. We hit gold with, but Anthony Richardson we wait. It was a first rounder. I mean, that's the third pick of the draft. I mean, he better be something. I'm just excited for that Jonathan Taylor turned out to be way more than what people are like. He's running back. Wait a minute. That man ran for 6,000 yards at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all were like. I don't know about him. Well, I don't know about him. The guy's got an NCAA record for rushing yards. What do you mean you don't know? That's sometimes I think a lot of them do that eye test. I don't know. But yeah, you don't know about people that play the NFL right now, man.
Yeah, because they want to see something like, oh yeah, he had 6,000 yards on only 100 carries. They want some astronomical stat like,
yeah, no.
Dude, who cares if he got the rock 60% of the time? He's still, like you said, he got that in them books.
Bro,
he's got receipts.
In his 4 years at Wisconsin, he has 20, count them, dog, 20 200-yard games and 4 300-yard games. The man can run the football. I don't care who's blocking.
And he's young still.
And he's young. We're going to take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back here, right on the other side. I told you. 2 questions we got from the Family League. I'm going to ask Jesse about them, and then Jesse's going to take over the show, and he's going to talk to me. All right, guys. See you in a minute. Welcome back, guys. This is Squirrel and Jesse, as always, back for segment 2 on a lovely Wednesday morning, afternoon, actually. It's about 3:50 where I'm at. So you're about 4:50, almost 5 o'clock where you are.
No, it's 3:50 where I'm at.
Oh,
It's
so it's 2:50 where I'm
2:50.
at. Yeah, my computer's messed up here. So anyway, guys, I told you after the break we'd get to a spreadsheet and a few other things. I wanted to show you this. I wanted to screen share, but so you can see. This is what it looks like, kind of when you put a bunch of stuff together. So when I was telling you about these, everybody who's not hitting their projected, that's all in the red. See that? Seems like I got a lot more red than I do green in some places. So don't think that the projected. And see, even if I hit and look, if you notice a bunch of the green, that gives me a light blue. That's a win. A light orange is a loss. I lost with 151 points. Nothing else I can do. Well, I lost with 156 here. And look, everybody's green. There's nothing else. You know what I mean? There's nothing else you could do. Switch a few of the guys from your bench. That's what I could have done. Each week, look, both of these weeks, exactly the same. 2 wins. I couldn't have done really anything better other than a few switches. So don't beat you. Look at this. Look at that bench. There, nobody hit a projected. Look at this. Look at this week 1. Nobody hit a projected, and I won. So don't beat yourselves up on the projected, non-projected. Things aren't, he's going to get more points than him. The hell he will. You don't know that. You don't know that? Matchups. Think about matchup. People that are on runs, on streaks, they're going to get the ball. They're going to keep going. Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell, go get him. Zach Moss, Jerome Ford, go get him. Jalen Warren, go get him. Okay? Little guys, small names, go get them.
Yeah, for sure.
Jesse, you had something a little bit after the break you wanted to talk to us about. What was that?
Well, that was you're getting into, damn, look, somebody just went off. you're getting into a point now where you might start to look at the waiver and be like, dang, it's not, it's not there's nothing there that I feel comfortable with. So that brings you up into maybe doing some trade deals, and you'll start to see in your leagues where trade deals will happen. And this is a time for them, especially with as many of the running backs that we have that went out. Somebody could have, an Alexander Matheson or Najee Harris on their team, which hasn't been producing too good this year. But then they got Kyron Williams, and they already, saw something in advance and got Gus Edwards or a Hill, Justice Hill, where they might come off. So you start to look at what other people might have out there. So you could present them not just like, oh, I'm going to trade you this guy for this guy. Give them a little synopsis of why, hey, you got this dude, let me get, and just to maybe reassure that you get that little nudge up under their ass to get you what you need. So that's what I always look for too, because for instance, everybody's looking for a running back right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you got guys out there like, on our big league, 5'1", 3'8", 1'4", 3'4", 9'2", Matt Breida's at 10'2", he's the highest for a running back. And it's like, I rather still go try to trade for a Matheson or a Najee Harris, because you might have a good wide receiver piece that you could unload.
Yeah, I mean, I get it in that sense. And like you said, when you're going on the wire and you're searching, don't just search for, oh, I like that guy. Where's he at? Like Jalen Warren is on our wire right now. Justice Hill is on a wire. Dalvin Cook, Joshua Kelly, Gus Edwards.
Justice Hill is not. It won't be on it long because
no. I'm on a Yahoo league right now, on a public Yahoo league where everyone's Ezekiel Elliott, Latavius Murray, Daniel Ashane. Watch out for this guy, or the Devon Achane. Bro, yeah. They were giving that. Like I said, that guy's gonna get some work for Miami, man. Yeah. I'd go get him right now, just to maybe you could pop him in a flex if you
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like there's he's not available in this league, but there's wide receivers. Think about this. DJ Moore's right there.
I just added Kareem Hunt. I just went and got him.
Kadarius Toney, Josh Reynolds, Zay Jones, Smith Schuster, Boyd, Woods, Darnell Mooney, Romeo Dobbs, Kendrick Bourne, Adam Thielen, who's got 5 stars this week. You see what I mean? And I don't know if anybody understands what that means. When people have 5 stars, like in the Yahoo League, under the thing, they'll have stars. Now that's matchup stars. Those are matchup stars. That is how good of a matchup he is for the defense they're playing. I don't kind of understand why he has 5 stars against Seattle, being as Carolina, but you know what? It could pop off. These guys kind of know what they're doing. That's why they do this, and they built fantasy. So, I think that people really need to check the wire, like we've been saying. Check the wire every day. Like DJ Moore's on here, he gets some work. Josh Reynolds, like we already talked about, he's going to be. His guy got 31 fantasy points this year in 2 weeks. That's 15 points a week. You can't ask for too much more out of wide receivers. You can't. I mean, that's where the line is. 15 points. Quarterbacks, you want 20 points out of a quarterback. You want 15 to 20 out of a wide receiver. You want 20 to 25 out of a running back. But good luck getting a running back.
So I'm saying there's not many out there.
Don't stress if your wide receivers. Don't sit here and drop a wide receiver if you got you 12 points this week. He's gonna do that. Yeah. Because there's 3 other wide receivers on that football team that are catching footballs, not just one guy. Okay. What is your take on tight ends? I think tight ends one of the harder. Excuse me, before I cuss it out. One of the harder daggum positions to fill, to fix, to find, to get a solid, one to stick with all year. You were even talking the other day how you like switching defenses up a lot. Kind of push me along and push me on to why you do that.
The thing that tight ends, it's so hard now. I mean, some of these tight ends have been putting up some good points. We were like high on guys like Sam Laporta, and we went and picked him up. Like he's a plus 21 right now. I think like a guy like Hunter Henry, he's out there. He's in our big league. He's on there right now. Plus 45. He's got the most points, pretty much the most points in the league. Yeah. As far as it's TJ Hawkinson and then Hunter Henry, and he's available. So, when it comes to players like that, we were talking when we said about, trades and alluding to that guys ain't out there. That was more the running back position in general, a little bit of the wide receiver. But like I said, Hunter Henry's out there.
Yeah.
Hayden Hurst, he's out there. And it's guys like that, where you could still maybe go and pick him up, which
you're out here just picking people up, dude.
And that's what you gotta pay attention, because those guys are still out there. They're few and far between. But this is the tight end position we're talking about. And you're talking about getting somebody that is the second best in the league right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, as I'm looking on the wire too, I'm fine. I think there's, like you said, Hunter Henry's in one of my public leagues right now. He's projected 5.3 points, but he's got 28 points this year. That has to be so. If you just go back and like we've been starting to say every time, stop letting this projected points thing fend you off, because he has gotten 10 points, nearly 10 points over his projected both weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Don't let that sit there and fool you. Who's another big guy for me? Luke Musgrave. I think he's gonna start coming around. He's had a game or two. He was over his projected in the first game. Didn't really hit his projected in the second game. You mentioned a guy just a second ago, Hayden Hurst. Was a great tight end in Cincinnati. That doesn't make him a bad tight end because he went to Carolina.
No.
That just makes his production go down a little more. Smythe might get some work this week, being as Miami is going to run through Denver. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's an absolute wash of a game. Logan Thomas is on here still. Now, 2 years ago, Logan Thomas was a catch, but I wouldn't say that much anymore. Now, if I go over to my Yahoo leagues, and just to show you guys that it's not just, Yahoo, there's some stuff there, there's not stuff here. Bro, there's, like you just said, you're over there in our league just snagging people. Just, just picking people up.
Dropping and snagging.
I'm in a Green Bay Pro head-to-head points pro PPR league. So just so you guys know, that's what I'm in. Players, let's see what we got. Just check this out. Running backs. This is right now. Jalen Warren, Justin Hill, Khalil Herbert, Kenneth Gainwell, your boy Reynolds, Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, I can keep going down, bro. Wide receivers. Kendrick Bourne, Devontae Parker, your boy Dell, Shaheed, Vance Jefferson, Odell Beckham Jr., Allen Robinson. I told you.
Jesus.
There he goes. Let's see. I'll take Allen Robinson. Who do I drop? Let's see. Let's do this in front of everybody. Wide receivers. I got Allen Lazard. Yep. No, I don't even have to say that. Dropping him. Done. Yep. Look at that. Quick as a button. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, we go back to even like trading. So I was the first, I had the first trade, My running back situation is, was hurt right off rip. With Austin Eckler going down, and I had
Right.
I also had J.K. Dobbins. I was high on J.K. Dobbins
Yep,
this year.
he's gone too. Yep.
And so I went to a guy in our team that needed some wide receiver help, and he had Mac Jones, and everybody was down on Mac Jones, but I seen enough in week 1. I said, hey, listen, would you rather have Mac Jones and Derek Carr? And I'll do a wide receiver that, and give you my wide receiver, and you can have Derek Carr. And he was high on Derek Carr. He's like, yeah. We ended up just trading Derek Carr for Mac Jones because he started to probably do a little bit of research. And I was a plus like 15-point differential. He said, reel them in, hook, line, and sinker. And that was presentation. Just like when you're fishing, you got to present it to him. Yeah. You got to present it to him.
You even said it too. He probably went and like, oh, Derek Carr. Wait a minute. When he was here,
you're talking 4,000-yard guy, hey,
touchdowns. You know what?
What?
Mac 30? Jones? Yeah, sure, no problem. Now,
exactly.
Simple as next week. All I needed him. Probably could drop Mac Jones for somebody else even. But I'll tell you what, Mac Jones puts up a certain 20-some points. Derek Carr put up what? 11? 8?
8.9.
Didn't even hit the 10. You know? I don't care what anybody says, but that on me, sir, is a good wash. That's all that was, buddy.
That's all it was.
That's it. He got you. Sorry. Jesse wins on this week. You know, and if that trade alone, did you play Mac Jones?
I did not.
See what I mean? No matter what, and if he played Derek Carr,
he did.
That's where you win.
Well, and here's the thing. He has no other backup. I think, hold on. Let's see what.
I bet he's mad as shit.
He has Ryan Tannehill. He got Ryan. Yeah. And it's like, and that's why I tried to present him with something else, and he wanted to go straight up. And
all right. So let's try to help the man. All right, can you go to the waiver wire that you and that kid are in the league on? Or is this our big league?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to the big league. Let's see what we can do. And this is just a friendly help from the main man here. I'm not going to brag, but I did win last year. I'm just going to try to help you guys. Check this out. So he needs a quarterback, a backup. We type in the quarterback number. Bang. Right now, for him, I'd go get Tom Brady and make a phone call and tell him, please start playing for the Jets.
It. Yeah, what? There's Desmond Ridder, Zach. Don't even mention his name because he's garbage.
Dude, now Josh Dobbs is not that bad.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's it.
And you go and you think like, are you gonna drop Tannehill? Had a good game last week.
Okay.
And you think to yourself, are you going to drop him, and go get a Joshua Dobbs? Don't let the fact that he's playing Dallas this week scare you from making a move.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be shorting away from Desmond Ridder either.
Either do I, but Green Bay's defense couldn't stop a nosebleed in that fourth quarter, and he got a rushing touchdown.
Well, this week, Detroit's defense ain't going to stop a nosebleed either, dude. Desmond's got them. So, Anya, if he's watching this, might want to head that guy up, give your boy a friendly little advice. Or I'll tell you what, you be smart, go get Desmond Ridder and make another trade.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have four starting. You have four starting. You have four starting quarterbacks here to pick from on the waiver.
That's it. No, 3. There's 3. Who's starting? They only got Ridder, Zach Wilson, and Dobbs.
And then Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, he's starting.
Oh.
Come on, man. What are you doing over here? What are you doing?
Your boy's out. Bro? Your boy
hurt. What are you talking about? Hey,
Dude.
What are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about, bro? Don't wish that on me.
Don't do my Florida boy Anthony Richardson like that. Come on. He's from the area, dude.
Well, he's from a team that I absolutely despise, but
Oh,
He's
we
listen.
won't talk
He's
about
not
we
starting.
will not talk about our FSU Florida debacle, as we are very good friends. But I do want to tell the people that we did have the opportunity. I did have the opportunity, and I gave it off to you and your best friend. Not your best friend, your another good friend of yours. My wife's aunt had second row tickets, 40-yard line to the FSU and LSU football game, opening day college football. Now, I will say that I did have to travel back home that next morning, so I took the opportunity to hand that off to my good friend, Mr. Jesse, as he's a huge FSU fan. And I hear you had a great time
Oh, blast.
as FSU.
We won't confirm nor deny anything that went on.
That's right. What happens in Camping World Stadium stays in Camping World Stadium.
That's right. That is right.
But I know you had a great time, and I just
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome that my aunt was trying to give them to me, and I wanted to go with you. I could, but I'm glad you had a great
No, the whole experience, man. I appreciate that. They had a whole area set up. They had a live band, all the food you could imagine. Man, we just sat there and drank, and then what's her aunt's name?
Right. Now that you've done that to me. Man, her daughter's name is Shannon, and Vicky.
Vicky, there you go. Vicky. Vicky
She used to own A1 Orange, the building that we went to.
She had a badass golf cart there. And my buddy that I brought, Rich, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing with this thing?" She's like, "Anything you want." So we spent all day on the golf cart drinking beer, driving around, got pulled over 4 times by the same exact cop. It was
He said, "Hey, what are you guys doing again? Come on, what are you doing?"
The last time Richie's over there because we're watching the LSU marching band. This bitch jumps over barricades with it and shit and parks it like right where the fucking cops are. He's videotaping, and the cop comes over and he looks at me, and I'm like, "Oh," and he's like, "Shh, shh," and he just taps on his shoulder. Richie turns around, he's like, and he gives the biggest like look of like, "Damn, we're caught again." But he was cool, man. They were all cool. He said, "Man, just keep it off the streets and you're good."
Bunch of Central Florida animals we are.
Oh, dude, Florida man shit.
I had to get out of there. But guys, anyway, I want to a few more little tidbits. Like I said, to a few of the people in our league, in any league, hit that waiver wire. Like, I'm on the waiver wire twice a day, because you never know when, 3 times a day, when people are throwing people out there, because they don't want it. And there's just like Chris Reynolds is in a lot of these. I've noticed he keeps popping up in a lot of leagues. What do you think about Jahan Dotson? Where are you there? He's got 11 points projected this week. Elijah Moore's catching some passes. There's your boy Dell on another one.
Odell's hurt again, I thought.
No, Dell, not Odell.
Oh,
your boy.
Yeah, I mean,
what's his name? Tank Dell.
Tank Dell, yeah. And the reason why, Damian Pierce is such a, it's you put a guy in so many times, you got to have a second option. It's like the Jamal Williams effect. Where last year, look at what he did. He would just get into, the short red zone situations, and he thrived. He had the most touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
And you get a guy like that.
2 points last week.
Yeah. And he's hurt too. And I think that's a guy like Tank Dell, what he's going to give you. Your Devontae your A-Chain, that's a guy that when you give the ball to a Mostert or a Dameon Pierce, 10 times in a drive on a sustained drive. When you get into the red zone, you want those fresh legs in there. And one of these guys come in and, they might not rush for 100 yards, but they might give you 54 and 2 tutties, or even 24 and 2 tutties. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Give me a few tips, Mr. Mr. Expert. For anyone right now who is 10th, 9th, last in their league, 0-2, haven't scored many points. Give me a few tidbits for some of those guys, and then we'll do it opposite for some of the if you're last in your league right now, man, what are you doing?
If you're last in your league and you have a team that is just like playing like trash, then you might want to do something. You might want to go and try to start making, trades and trying to, drop players and pick players up and things to that nature. But you run into a situation where I always look, your perfect example. You have had the most points scored against you in our league. And you're really in the top 5 of scoring. So you got to take those things into consideration. So for you, you're like, no, my team is good. I just got to stop getting the team that's going off every week.
Yeah.
And you look at your bench and you start to see, oh, my bench is doing, and I need to move these players around what I got. Don't go out there and make anything dumb just because you're last. You start to look at those things, and that's where spreadsheets and this come into help, where you're like, okay, I mean, I've had 390 points scored on me so far, I think in our situation, that's like above 50 points above everybody else, and we're only 2 weeks in, so that game that you lost, 150 to 165, 25 of that goes your way, you're good.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, and it's simple, and like you said, it's as simple as that. Stop trying to, I tell people all the time, go hit the waiver wire, go hit it, go do the waiver wire. But like you just said, if we go back to the matchup 2 weeks ago, to me and you, week 1 in our league, okay, week 1 matchup, we'll check it right now. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can't go back. I don't know why it's not going back. If I go back right now to week 1 versus you, I had 100 and week 1 was versus you, right?
Yeah.
I had 129. Yeah, I scored 129. I think you blew me out by, like 25, 30 points. All I needed to do, like you said, DeAndre Swift got me 1 point. If I'd have swapped him with, say, Tyler Algier, which is one of my running backs, 25.9, probably would have got you.
Yeah.
It's one swap. Don't sit there and, I got to get rid of him. Because you know what? I didn't even flinch to put DeAndre Swift on the bench next week. You know what? 30 points. So, yep, he's only got 31 points in 2 weeks. But hey, I didn't fret and I didn't jump the ship. And I said, hey, you know what? He blew me up last week. What a piece of shit. Put him away.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Because you know what? And again, I lost again, 156 to 165, like you said. And check this out. You know what the problem was this time?
What?
My flex. Breece Hall. 1 point.
What's that?
1 point. All I had to do, check us out. Gabe Davis, 21 points. Would have won me. I probably could have put Tutu Atwell at 15 points there. Probably could have won it for me.
Yeah.
It's one person. Just like, listen, everybody in life, it's one little thing you did. I got to drop Breece Hall because he can't score. Wait a minute. Oh, I hope you drop Brees Hall. Go ahead, please. In any league you want, go drop him. So everybody can look at you and laugh like an idiot. And look at you and laugh like an idiot.
And I think what we're really trying to say too, in a sense, is if you are behind, you also have to sort of kind of rely on those players that you went out there and picked that, you know, for instance, an AJ Brown who's done nothing this year. You know, I mean, 6 points a week. You know, that's a guy that when do you give up on him? You don't.
Yeah.
You still play him every week. In my opinion.
Yep.
You know, you still play him every week. And when it comes down to, you know, the guys that are out there 2-0 and everything right now, again, look at what they're scoring. You know, look at what their offenses are doing in a sense, you know, compared to what is getting put against you, you know, so you can sort of kind of plan on that too, because you get stuck in the projection. Like we always say, stuck in the projection. You're like, oh, well, let me start this guy because he's going to project it and that's going to help me out. No, I mean, they've had Jordan Love projected at like 14, 15 points every week.
I think he's hit it once.
And he's, what do you mean hit it once? Jordan Love?
Yeah. Has he hit it yet?
No, he's the third highest fantasy points QB.
Right. So he's been over like.
So he's,
I was thinking,
yeah, Jordan Love is 43 points.
I was thinking somebody Joe Burrow hasn't hit, I think, 10 points.
Oh yeah, like or even Brock Purdy.
Yeah, hasn't hit.
You know,
Brock Purdy, I think his first game hit 10 fantasy points. Am I wrong there? But
he was projected at 19.1 week when he hit 18. Last week he was projected at 17. He was projected at 17.1. He hit 16. This week he's projected at 17. So you see how the trend goes down for him. But in a sense, like Jordan Love, even though Jordan Love has posted a 25 and a 22, he's only projected at 16. He's only went up one, you know, where Brock Purdy is not hit it at all and went down only one.
Right. So those are kind of small little tidbits for some fantasy guys that are 10th and, you know, 11th, 12th, whatever. If you're 14th, man, get on the ball. You better get on it.
Yeah, if you're in a 14-man league and you're last, good. I mean, that's hard to.
Yep.
You're selling your soul to get there.
Whatever you can do right now, brother, you better do it.
Yeah.
If anybody has not ever played, they need to play the Oaks. It's one of the greatest golf courses.
Damn, you're representing stealing on Facebook or on everything right now to the world.
Represent stealing. What is it? Okay, whatever.
You took it from the golf course.
Well, no, I mean, I remember I used to work for a golf course. I used to find these everywhere.
Not that golf course.
I have, not this golf. This came from a different one. But I looked this one up. It's amazing.
I'll call the Kenosha Police Department. Don't worry.
Sir, there's a guy I know stealing pencils from a golf course.
I have video surveillance evidence.
They're gonna be like stealing
grand theft. That pencil cost $500,000.
That'd be my fucking.
That'd be your luck. Right?
That'd be my luck. It'd be most expensive.
Oh, that was that 800-year-old aged antique wood that we got that bitch out of.
Aretha Franklin used this thing on the golf course.
No, the Declaration of Independence was signed with it in pencil.
But so those are small tidbits for fantasy owners that are like deep into their leagues and need a way out. I want to give you one or two tips, or I want to ask you a few things. We got about 6 minutes left. I want to tell you a few tips for someone that's leading their league and how to keep leading their league. If you're leading your league, League 2, congratulations. To keep going, I think in some ways, shape, or form, some of these guys that are in last that are kind of, just falling apart, I would sit here and I would try to make a trade, a good bench player that they need, some of your bench players for a good starter. It's not like they're struggling here. Think about this. If you or one of your starters for 2 of their great bench players that make your team even stronger.
Yeah.
Think about that. If I have a guy like a number 1 wide receiver that's on, like I have a Monroe St. Brown on one of my rosters. He's on my bench. I would
Yeah.
easily, if I'm in first place, easily set that up as a trade. Hey, let me get some baller bench guys right now, for this. And I'm just building for later in my league and later on, especially if I'm 2-0 and my team looks pretty good, like things are rolling, pretty well. I think those moves are something you need to make as an owner at the top of your league to stay at the top of your league. And if you're at the top of your league and you're doing well, don't make too many changes. Don't start
Yeah.
flipping a lot of stuff around. If it's working, it's working.
Mhm.
If you're consistently hitting 140, 150, you're going to do pretty damn well this year, in any year. Okay.
Yeah.
So until that team starts to deplete with like injuries and, your quarterback went down, dude, for the year. You had Aaron Rodgers. If you had Aaron Rodgers, if you had Nick Chubb, if you had Austin Eckler all on the same team, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Let's make some. You got some work to do, man. You got to do something. But if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I mean,
Simple.
I'll give you a good example of like what you're talking about. Like in our league, Gavin's leading it, and for instance, he's got Darren Waller. He might go out and be like, "Man, Travis Kelce is going to give me the best thing," and he might go to you with Travis Kelce and say, "I'll trade you Darren Waller, Travis Kelce, and you need a little bit of help at running back. I'll give you Isaiah Pacheco on the side too because he don't need him." Because he's got Josh Jacobs, Walker, Kenneth Walker, where these guys are decent dudes, and he's got BJ Robinson.
But I'm just gonna say,
know-
for any fantasy owner in the world, don't take any trade for Travis Kelce. Don't do it.
I would take that.
I wouldn't take it at all.
I would take
budge.
Darren. I mean, I would take Darren Waller and like a Brandon Ayuk or Isaiah Pacheco for
Now,
Travis.
Darren Waller, Brandon Ayuk, I would think about, but I would desperately need to have a badass backup tight end, to really want to get like.
Well,
I would
Darren
have
Waller,
to have like.
Darren-
No, I'm saying like I would like already. I would want like Dalton Kincaid or or something like.
But you did say like so that tells you right there, it gets you in the mind of somebody who knows what the hell they're doing with fantasy. Just told you, don't take no trade for Travis Kelce.
Don't. I mean, it's so hard to think about because for any week and every week, man, that's 16 to 30 points in one guy. And you got to make sure you substitute 30 points every week because Travis Kelce is that man, that dude.
Just in case.
Make sure that you think Darren Waller, which is a baller, and Brandon Ayuk, which on a great week can put you 30. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. I would think about it. Something I would easily, think about. Travis Kelce for Tyreek Hill. Swap. You know what? You know what?
No, there you go. There you go. If like he did have Tyreek Hill and you're leading, you
Probably,
can go be like, man,
probably wouldn't think about it. Probably wouldn't.
I just need that tight end to get,
Yep.
Darren Waller's great, but Travis Kelce's 10 more points above him.
Yep.
It's like,
You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't think about it. I might make this switch,
yeah.
But guys, I love you. Love all you guys. We're gonna start doing it every day. Me and Jesse, we're on it. All this stuff's gonna be on YouTube shortly. Please be patient. Jesse, any final words?
With the fantasy thing, man, have fun with it. It's fantasy. What does fantasy mean? Made up, not, it's supposed to have fun. When you put the name fantasy in front of something, it's fun, whether you're in the red light district or you're at, Disney, it's fun, fantasy.
Hey, set your lineups now. Set them now.
Have fun with it. Stay away from Thursday night game.
Stay away. Start everyone for San Francisco. Have a good night, guys.